guys, just today I'm going to tell you daily habits that can let you be unstoppable. Because you know that to be unstoppable, it doesn't come by accident, but it comes by daily habits that you have to take into place to see that, in order to see that we can live our life better. Just that once I mean to become unstoppable, it means there are some in this life that we live, there are some things that we usually do, and then because we don't have much capacity now, once we dream of doing something, then we stop ourselves in a way without realizing our vision. So guys, I'm going to tell you daily habits that you have to put into place to let our life be unstoppable, to let our life be really successful. Once you want to be successful, there are some habits that you have to put into place. So here we go. The first one thing that you have to put into place, you've got to plan your day, okay? Just let your life be planned. Just before developing this, guys, I'm going to tell you to subscribe, comment, and like the video to let us have more strength to keep on. So now, guys, in this life, I'm telling you that you've got to let your life planned. Okay, just if you have a vision, if you have a target, you've got to make sure that you are planning it. You are planning every single thing. Just you've got to take time of thinking about yourself. You say, where am I looking at myself in 5 years? Where am I looking at myself in 2 years? How many years? How much of the years that you are willing? You can say in 2 years I'm looking myself be owning a business. I'm seeing myself having this and this. So now you've got to plan that. You plan ways to get that. Okay, you can say just to have a new car, I've got to make sure that I'm doing this and this. I've got to make sure that to get that, I've got to work hard and work wisely about this and this. I've got to wake up at this time in order to realize my vision. Just once you want to reach on something, once you want to realize something, you've got to make sure that you are planning your life. Just once you plan, once you say things that you are going to do, just to let it really be more marvelous, you've got to make sure that you are writing on a sheet of paper. Just once you finish to write, I believe that things can be better. That's the first one thing, that's the first habit that you've got to make sure that you are putting into place to see that your life you may be unstoppable, you may be really successful, very fantastic. So now let's talk about the second one. The second one thing that you've got, the second one habit that you've got to put into place to let your life be unstoppable, you've got to feed your mind with wisdom. Okay, just once I reach here, I believe that everybody is getting me. You've got to feed your mind with wisdom. Just like, for example, following me, following some motivations that can let your life happen better, following people whom are talking about educational things. That's something that you've got to make sure that you are doing, because once you feed your mind, because what you think now, just sometimes we become what you think. Just once you think bad, anyway, just you're going to be bad. Now once you think better, you are going to be better. That's your mawa. You've got to feed your mind with wisdom. You've got to read like books of personal development. You can't to read books of psychology. You've got to read, there are some more books which are talking about more marvelous things, how you can plan your day, how you can be more successful. Just once now you want to develop yourself, once you want to reach so far, you've got to make sure that you are feeding, you are reading, you are following movies that can let you go forward. That's what we call to feed your mind with wisdom. Reading more books. Just there are some more people, they don't even have time of reading, but also I said that I don't have time of reading, but I had time of following movies, of following films, of opening TikTok and that most things Instagram, and then you follow something which is really bad, and after that you add to follow things which are unimportant, then that's something which is not bad. You've got to let that. You've got to make sure that you are following, you are progressing better. You've got to make sure that you are feeding your mind with wisdom once you want to reach forward. You've got to make sure that you are reading good books that can let you reach so far. That's why if it's good to go to, if it's going to school, you go. If it's just let me tell you something. Once you take one book and then you take only 20 minutes of reading per day, you only read 5 pages per day. Every single day you read only 5 pages. Try to imagine, think about this. In 1 week, you will have already read only 30 pages done. In 2 months you will have already finished with the book. So now, once you say that you don't have time of feeding your mind, that's a thing which is so bad, because we become what we think. If you don't have the mind of thinking, let me tell you that you can't reach so far. That's why you've got to take time of thinking so much, because once you are reading things that are more intelligent people wrote, also you become intelligent. Once you take time of watching only TikTok while following people who are talking about an important thing, also that will come in your mind, and then you will start only thinking about that. You will not get the time of thinking about yourself. That's why you've got to make sure that you are feeding your mind with wisdom. I believe this is more understandable to anybody. So now let's talk about the third one habit that you've got to put into place to make sure that you are progressing better. You've got to train your body, okay? Just let your body be really powerful, okay? Just you can even go to sport, okay? You can go to sport, you can do more different things once you wanna go forward, because you know that I'm talking about self-development. Once you wanna develop yourself, if you don't have the energy, you can't be able to realize that. Let's take the example that you are hungry, you don't have strength, okay? Just now you can't get the time of thinking about yourself. You can't succeed reading more books if you are hungry. That's why you've got to make sure that you are training your body, you are doing much different things to let you go forward. That's a thing which can help you. Just you've got to make sure that if he's going to sports, if he's doing different things, you've got to make sure that you are doing it. So there are most of people who used to bring who used to say that while putting excuses, while saying, no, you know, Jimmy, I don't have time of going to sport, I don't have time of doing this and this, you know, this, I've got to go at work, so how going again? So let me tell you, once you wake up in your shame, and then you even at yours, okay, even at yours, and then you start training your body. Even you can take 30 minutes per day, also it's enough, okay? It's enough. You can wake up morning early and then you start doing that. Also that can help you so much. That's why you've got to make sure that you are training your body, because once you train your body now, you will get much energy to let you realize what you are thinking about doing. Once you are thinking about opening a new business, once you are thinking about doing this and this, you've got to make sure that you are training your body, because that can let you reach forward. That's a thing that you've got to put into place once you wanna go forward, my people. Just I believe that also that's the most important one. So now here we go, let's progress with the others, and I believe that it's going to help you in coming days. Just all, because these things that I'm talking about, once you put them into practice, once you read more books, okay, just once you do much different things, let me tell you that only one habit can change your life if you wanna really change your life. Just I believe, guys, for really this is helping you. Once you wanna go forward, you've got to make sure that you are practicing this, and let me tell you that you will go forward. So now let's talk about the fourth one. The fourth one thing that you've got to put into place to see that you can develop yourself to become unstable is doing what let you be happy. Just what you want to see that something is how can I say, I'm missing the word. Once you see that you've got to do something, once you see that there is no any bad thing in doing something, why not doing? Just don't look at eyes of others. Don't think what this one and this one is going to do. Because let me tell you that, and I spoke this in the first one video, the only one person who loves you is you. Just once you look in the mirror and then you see yourself, that's the only one person who cares about you. So once you, for example, you're going to open a new business and then you start saying, no, what are these people are going to say, what are these people and these ones are going to say. So let me let you know that you can't never really go forward, but you've got to do things that you see that are really good, are so fantastic. And let me tell you that once you do what you love, because let me tell you that you've got to make sure that you are doing what you love. Once you see that you love doing something, then you've got to do it. Because even your boss, even the person who's your boss, the person whom you say that is the most important in your life, he can't wish you to see you going forward than he is. He can let you, he can wish you to stay really down than him. That's why you want to see that something pleasure. Yeah, that's the best word. You want to see that something pleasure. Now you've got to make sure that you are doing that thing without thinking about what people are going to say. So I believe that these are the most important one, and once you put only one habit into practice, it's going to let you go forward. So now let's talk about the fifth one. The fifth one habit that you've got to make sure that you are putting into place to see that you can reach forward. You've got, how am I going to say this? Let me think how it can be really fantastic. You may get it better. You've got to review, okay? You've got to review your goals, okay? Just if you have a goal of doing something, if you have a plan of doing something, of realizing this and this, you've got to make sure that you are reviewing. Because you know that sometimes we don't realize our goals go for cause of not succeeding it, but we fail to realize our goals because of forgetting them. Just you can say, no, I've got to buy a new car this month, and then because you don't write it, just the one idea that can give you is to write it everywhere that you are going to look at it. Want to wake up, want to, even in your telephone, even in your screenshot, just write it. Once you open your phone, once you're going to do something, then it may come there, and then that can push you not to wake up. Just once you think about them, and then that you can realize it very easily. That's something that you've got to do once you wanna go forward. Guys, you've got to make sure that you are reviewing your goals, you are taking time on reviewing your goals, and that can really help you in your life. Thank you so much, and I love you so much, guys. Comment and share on this video, and he knows your ways, follow your dream. Thanks so much, and we together.